Problem solving is easy when you look back on yourself. Don't waste today as if you'll live forever. You don't know when the moment of death will come, so you have to do your best today, and if you don't lose that mind, you can live a life without regrets even if you die tomorrow. We live trapped in our own thoughts. So, even if the Buddha comes to the world, you will not be able to recognize him, and even if there is a teacher, you will not be able to hear his words. Unless I open my eyes, even if countless Buddhas come to this world, they will not be able to save me. So instead of blaming others, take a look at yourself and focus on opening your eyes. A good life is when you live a life that satisfies you regardless of the success you seek in the world. I am the owner of my life, so I have the responsibility and the right to make my life happy. Fitting me to the world's standards of success does not make me happy. Rather, to the extent that desires are abandoned or expectations are lowered, joy and satisfaction arise. If it's already happened, make it useful in life. Everything that happens is neither good nor bad. What was said to be good may become bad tomorrow, and what was said to be bad may become good tomorrow. It is not unfortunate that what you want does not come true. However, if you work hard and don't dwell on the results, you are already happy in the process. If I don't understand my opponent, my heart gets frustrated, and if I understand my opponent, my mind gets refreshed. If you like someone, joy happens in my heart, and if you hate someone, there is anguish in my heart. Solving the problem is very easy if you look at yourself. However, if you pass the blame onto the other person, it becomes very difficult to find a solution. Being married is neither good nor bad, not a success, not a failure, but that's all. I'm not optimistic that things will go well unconditionally, but what happens is always a good thing. If you look at it positively, you can learn from any situation. Practice is to accept any conditions positively. Life is not about living long because you want to live long, and living long is not important. Even if you live one day, it is more important to live and die comfortably. For a person who died for any reason, grieve for just 3 days and cut off your affection. Only then, whether you go to paradise or heaven, you throw away your attachments to this world and go quickly. Take a look at my heart, not the opponent. Conflict must start from self-examination. If you expect the other person to change first, the problem will not be solved. Marriage is not a guarantee of happiness. If a child does not want to marry, the parents should empty their minds so that they can live their own lives. The more you help your children, the more you lose. Study in your life. Don't struggle to save yourself from drowning, but pick up pearl shells while you're drowning. You got married anyway. You gave birth to a child anyway. You're bankrupt anyway. You got cancer anyway. You're old anyway. So don't be distressed. Look for an opportunity to enlighten yourself from that situation. There are realizations that can be realized only when you are old, when you are sick, when you are divorced, and when you are betrayed. Enlightenment is not far away, but it is there wherever the mind arises. If you make up your mind to eat less, wear less, and live simply, you will have more room in your mind. On the other hand, if you make up your mind to eat a lot, wear a lot, and spend a lot, you feel insufficient even if you have a lot of money. If you feel inadequate, you are poor. If you feel comfortable, you are rich. It is important to know about yourself. If you're wrong, you have a chance to correct it when you know what's wrong, and when you don't know, you have a chance to know when you know you don't know. If you don't know what you don't know about a subject you don't know, there is no solution. This is ignorance. When you are trying to take a new path, do not move blindly. But if you experience and judge in advance, you can reduce failure and go through with confidence. Studying is something to learn anywhere. There is something to learn even if you fall down on the road, and there is something to learn even in the middle of a fight. There are lessons to be learned from mistakes, and lessons to be learned from failures. Nothing is originally mine. We all come empty-handed and go empty-handed. I just mistake it for mine when it comes into my hands. Even if it's a family, don't bind each other. Let each one live freely. Conflict disappears when differences are acknowledged. If children leave their parents and do not come back, parents should look back on themselves. Nagging and interference alienate you from your children. You have to have the basics to eat and live so that children and parents can live independently without leaning on or obsessing. If they unite, they die. If they scatter, they live. Some couples fight all the time when they get together. These couples live only when they are separated. Divorce is a better way to live. Regret about one's life comes from greed. Because of the desire to live a meaningful life, the life so far is not satisfactory. If you cry, do not fall into sorrow. If you laugh, do not fall into joy. If you fall sick or if someone you love dies, do not be shaken. When I love and understand others, my heart is happy. If I take care of and help others, I become an adult and a master. Sustainable happiness is maintained for a long time only when I am good and others are good. Be happy now. Focus on my life now. That's the way to happiness. We always talk about there, not here. The story of the here and now, not the story of the past. The story of the future, or the story there, and my story, not someone else's story, is the most important. If it rains, it's good as it rains. If it's sunny, it's good as it is sunny. If it's cold, as it is cold. And if it's hot, it's as good as it is hot. Such a free life is happiness. Be happy now. Focus on my life now. Monk Beop Ryun, a Buddhist monk of the Jogye order of Korean Buddhism.